Tweenage Tycoons is a really fun, all grown up episode. In fact, it might be my favourite so far. This is the 10th episode of the first season, and in this one, the characters are trying to save up money for concert tickets. This is all of the characters: Tommy, Chuckie, Phil, Lil, Angelica, and Dill the Inventor, because they're doing odd jobs, raking leaves, things like that. But they realize that Dill, being very creative, can actually invent some products that they can sell and raise money, hopefully more quickly, to get the concert tickets. And the invention that sparks this is a fish belt. And I have to say, as much as I don't condone live animals inside a belt, it looked awesome. Visually, really good, a really fun, creative episode. And throughout the episode, we have various inventions, and that's the bit that I love most about this, wondering what invention Dill is going to come up with next. And it's so fun and so creative. However, Dill starts to feel the pressure, and he starts to feel the demand, and that has a very negative effect on him mentally. And there's this dilemma where obviously Tommy and the others want him to keep creating these inventions so they can sell them to make money. But also, Tommy in particular doesn't really want Dill to feel unwell and to feel this immense pressure. That's not really fair. Will they be able to raise money for the tickets? Will they be able to let Dill not invent things? It's a decent story, and I think there are a lot of things going on here. One, it encourages entrepreneurship, which I think is always brilliant. It encourages creativity, of course, as we see with Dill, and some of the inventions are so funny. But my favourite one that genuinely made me laugh out loud is, well, I won't say exactly what it is, but it's the footwear. And Angelica has been copying all of these inventions, but making counterfeit versions that are definitely not as good. And it's what Harold calls the footwear. I might go into more detail with a spoiler warning in a moment, but it genuinely made me laugh. And Angelica's involvement in this is really entertaining as well. Obviously, I don't condone her copying Dill's inventions, but I think it's a very real problem. Somebody is very successful with an invention. Sooner or later, somebody's going to come along with a cheaper, less decent version. And this is what we have with Angelica, and Harold is, of course, being her assistant. The message there, of course, is don't do that. But it was very, very funny. I enjoyed the episode. I had a lot of fun with it. I won't say whether or not they get the money for the tickets, but I think it was a very, very creative episode. Visually, really engaging. Great to give Dill some attention, even if it means that he wasn't necessarily feeling that great as the episode went on. But I do think because it's fun, because it's creative and inventive, I think it might be my favourite episode so far. Definitely one. And interestingly, very, very vaguely remembered it. I didn't remember it to begin with, but once we saw the fish belt, it did spark the tiniest memory in me. I watched all growing up, but I don't really remember that much of it. But this episode, I think, was lurking in the back of my mind. I think so. There was definitely some recognition there, and it doesn't surprise me. Great episode, very memorable. Really thoroughly enjoyed it. Okay, so I will spoil now the invention that I was talking about that made me laugh out loud because it was just so unexpected. And this is the invention of the shillos, the shoe pillows. And of course, Angelica makes the counterfeit version, which are the pillow shoes, which Harold refers to as poos. And it just made me laugh so much. Very entertaining, very silly humour, and it worked very well. Definitely all round, really solid episode.